For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
Feel it. It will guide you.
Things you will see. The future, the past, old friends long gone.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Through the ages, I've seen evil take many forms. The Sith, the Empire, First Order.
The dark side of the Force.
Their shadows spreading across the galaxy. You must face them. Fight them.
I'm not afraid.
You will be. It is the only way. It is your destiny. Chewing. We're home.
Hello and welcome to the Reactors Summit. I am your host, Jacob Blunden, and we have a massive show for you today. We're going to be talking about all of the first week of round 2 of the Singles Ultimate Schmoedown. It was such a great week, but I am joined by my amazing panel, Matthew Kearns. How are you today?
Am I alive? Am I alive? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Ready to talk about Schmoedown.
Kristen Smith, how are you today?
Happy Halloween, everybody! I'm preparing for a Halloween party, and I will get very drunk probably, and I will have a grand time. So, yep.
Yeah, we really planned this to be a Halloween episode, didn't we? Yeah, we're all dressed up as Halloween. Yeah. Oops. Chris Clark, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Jacob. This is going to be a great night, and I have one word to say to you, Matt. I have 2 little words left to say to you. F you, my little friend. I know that's more than 5 words. It's 2 words times whatever, but you know what, my man? You're going down to the city. And you're going down to the city that's burning in hell.
Oh, that's okay. I got 2 words for you, Clark, and they're actually 2 words. Bibiani chokes.
I hate you so much.
Wow, that was fun.
Okay, apparently these guys are just gonna murder each other through the whole thing. This is, well, welcome to the summit. Chris and Matt kill each other. Guys, we have a great show today, but before we get into talking about round 2 of the matches of the Singles Ultimate Schmoedown tournament, that is a word, that's a mouthful to say, we had some big news drop from Kristen Harlow. Kristen, do you want to take her away?
All right, yes, the Star Wars match was what Christian previewed on Twitter. So previously to his announcement the other day, he had always said that this qualifier for the championship match that would be hosted at Spectacular would be a 4-player match. We didn't know who those players were yet, but then he drops a bombshell on Twitter that the match is going to be 5 players. And then he dropped all the names of everyone competing. So we've got Jason Ward from Making Star Wars, Joseph Scrimshaw from Force Center Pod, Alex from Star Wars Explained, and Steele Saunders, who's a comedian. I'm not super familiar with him, but if Christian thinks he can hold his own in a Star Wars match, then Christian knows his stuff. I trust him. And then, of course, the one who I think everyone was super excited about and kind of losing their minds over was the return of Sam Witwer to a Star Wars match on the Schmoedown. Super excited. And, I mean, I know some of these guys, I'm not super familiar with all of them, but I know Joseph's got a ton of knowledge. I know Alex has a ton of knowledge. And then we know Sam from his previous Schmoedown entries. Like, we know that he can just be an insane competitor. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm particularly looking forward to seeing whoever will go against Ken for the belt, because I think Ken wants to keep that thing. I think that he wants to snuggle with it every night and not let it leave his sight for the rest of his life. So it should be a fantastic match. I'm just so excited. I'm trying to like hold it in because I don't want to be like, ah! But that's what I feel inside, deep inside.
Wow. So that was amazing, Kristen. Thank you for that. But so we all assume that Sam Levine is going to the 5A.
We assume Sam Whitworth, not Sam Levine.
Yes, because my brain will work eventually today. We all
With all these actors named Sam.
Oh
Get
my
a new
God.
name.
Yes, sorry. We all assume Sam Whitworth will be the one to win this match. However, Matt, what are your thoughts on the Fatal 5-Way, and who do you think could be a surprise winner?
I'm really excited for this Fatal 5-Way because Ken's the only champ as of right now who has never had to defend the belt, so I think it's about time. I think Christian, he's culminated 5 people, save for Steve Summers? Is that the comedian's name?
Steele Saunders.
Steele Saunders. Unless it's like a lamb to the slaughter type thing, I think he probably knows his stuff, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think Sam Whitworth is going to kill this because we saw what Sam Whitworth did in Force Bros vs. Council. Yes, Nerf Herder aside, he destroyed it. We saw what he did in Celebration. Yes, he didn't win. But you guys have to remember, he was working at Celebration for an entire day before that. And I love Chris Salisky, of course. Thank you, brother, for everything you do. The question and the way it was read was a little, and so when you're tired, he was still killing it throughout the entire thing still. I was thinking about this last night. The only person I would be really afraid of in this Fatal 5-Way of beating Sam is if they said Pablo Hidalgo is in the Fatal 5-Way. I think, and if I'm wrong, and I'll be fine with whoever wins, but I think this is going to be Rogue One, Sam's Darth Vader, and the Unfactor Bears of Rebel Soldiers. And I can't wait. I hope that happens because I want to see Ken Napzok versus Sam Whitworth. We were teased at the end during the post-match interviews of Force Bros vs. Council about Ken taking on Sam one-on-one, and now we might finally get it.
We very well might, and it will be a glorious day. Chris Clark, what were your thoughts on this upcoming Star Wars match?
Now, this 5-Way seems like it's going to be really, really cool. Star Wars is not necessarily, I love Star Wars, but I don't know it. But there are some people that really know it really well, and I guess since they're doing these 5-Ways and matches now, I don't think Star Wars is going to come up that much in the Inner Geekdom, I'm assuming. So yeah, I can't wait to see Sam Whitworth whip everybody else's ass. I've not heard of anybody else on this squad, but you know what? If you never heard of anybody, you can always just put your head on them and listen because they're probably going to be fantastic, great personalities that we're going to get to know and see and experience again and again and again that we'll want to. So yeah, this match is going to be glorious. It's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait for Whitworth to whip everybody's ass and then get whipped by Ken again because Ken is the best, the true, the elite.
Yes, it is going to be a very glorious match, and Ken is going to. And look, after the 5-Way, I do believe Sam will absolutely annihilate in this Fatal 5-Way, and then he'll go up against Ken in the Spectacular, and it will be incredible. And we're going to go over to our Summit correspondent, Dale the Dude, for the recap of this week in the Schmoedown.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dale the Dude Gibbs coming at you with another edition of Schmoedown Dude Talk. Damn, this was a match today, dude. We got Rachel the Crusher Cushing going up against sassy Stacy Howard in today's match. I'll tell you what, dude. Last time Cushing won, I said she lived up to her nickname, The Crusher, but no, because this match hadn't happened yet. This was her living up to her name, The Crusher, and I'm not talking her crushing tomatoes or anything. This was like Optimus Prime crushing a truck. It was a sight to behold, dude. I ain't never seen a TKO happen this fast in a Schmoedown since I don't even know when. I mean, it was definitely something to see. A perfect first round from Rachel Cushing, dude, which Ken Knapsack pointed out. She is the first female contender to do so. Although I don't think we need to differentiate between male and female in this league, dude. I mean, it ain't track and field. It's movie trivia. So all you got to do is come in, and whoever has the most movie trivia knowledge is the victor, dude. And Rachel Cushing today came in, and she was the one with the knowledge, and she took the victory, and it was a sight to behold, dude. Can't wait to see more of you in the Schmoedown. She will be playing the winner of Roca versus Sam Levine. Now, Jay Washington, come on now, dude. Well, how dare you talk about the pit boss that way? Talking all this crap about his hairline and something stupid about hair plugs. In the words of Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld, you're bald. You ain't got no room to talk about nobody's hairline, dude. Come on now. Not to mention, Jay Washington showed his true colors today when Rachel Cushing stayed loyal to her past and hopeful future teammate, Ken Knapsack. We can't wait to see those two reunite in the Schmoedown, dude. Now, Stacy Howard, I know you took a loss today, but I gotta commend you on the way you handled it, dude. Just pure sportsmanship. Commending your opponent, being just polite and nice throughout, not even during the match, but in the post-interview, dude. Very nice about it, and it was great to see. Honestly, I know your nickname is Sassy, but I think if Clark Wolf didn't already hold the nickname Classy, I'd give it to you, Stacy Howard, because I mean, that's how you handled this today, with class, and it was nice to see. JTE, Jeff Snyder, that was the Schmoedown we got today, dude. I mean, this was one of the more anticipated matches in this singles tournament, dude, and it did not disappoint. Now, let me say something real quick about JTE. I think this dude gets more crap talked on him than anybody else in the league, dude, except maybe like Dagnino. And JTE, sometimes you don't help yourself out with that, like spelling Geppetto with a J, which is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. But my point, JTE's on a hot streak, dude. Dude's winning matches. And I think JTE, all this crap talked on him by everybody is just fueling him, dude. I think he's like, you know what? Talk your crap, okay? I'm showing up. I'm winning matches. I'm on a hot streak. I got a championship belt. Hell, I got a rule named after me in the damn Schmoedown. So what you got to say? I'm here to play, dude. And play he did, and victorious he was against Jeff Snyder today. Now listen, that ain't to talk no crap on Jeff Snyder, dude. I mean, both of these dudes played amazingly the whole match, dude. I mean, they were neck and neck within 1 point of each other the whole damn match, dude. And listen, I've talked my fair share of crap on the Patriots. You know I have. But, I mean, there's a reason these dudes hold the team championship belt, dude, and have defended it multiple times. I mean, they're great contenders, dude. Now, listen, that being said, today's match did kind of seem like it took place in like an alternate reality or something. You got the Patriots playing each other. JTE won. Harloff isn't even there. Dagnino's at the announcer's table, and he's kind of behaving himself. I mean, what is happening? It's like an alternate universe. It's like Stranger Things, but real. I mean, it was crazy. But, I mean, it was a hell of a match, dude. I think JTE put it best, dude. He said this match was a great representation of why him and Snyder make a great team, dude, how they complement each other. And he wasn't wrong, dude. It was a great match and a good team they are, and they've proven that time and time again, dude. And you know what? I think JTE has a shot, dude. I think he's got a shot. I think JTE could take this thing to the end, dude. I would love to see JTE and John Roca battle it out in the finals, because how crazy would that be, dude? Make that happen. Until next time, I'm Dale the Dude. Oh, is it still going? Come on now.
Thanks, Dale. In JTE versus Jeff Snyder. The favorite going in was Jeff Snyder. A lot of people had Jeff Snyder winning this. All the polls had Jeff Snyder winning this. And JTE managed to walk away with the victory. Kristen, we saw your reaction on the Schmoedown reaction. What were your thoughts about JTE versus Jeff Snyder?
I mean, it's a hard match for me to like react to based just solely on the fact that they aren't two competitors that I generally will root for in any match. Not because I don't like them. I think they're fine. It's just, you know, I don't typically root for heels. It's just the choice of the storyline, right? But the fact that they had to face each other in round 2 is crazy to me because Jeff is so consistent. I mean, he is one of the most consistent players in the league. And JTE is, to a lot of people, the player of the year. And the fact that he has just been like so well, like doing so well this year. I think that they could have met later in the tournament, at least round 3. Like they could have gone to the finals. Like they're both really playing extremely well right now. And yeah, it's just crazy to me that this was a round 2 match. It was such a good match. And I mean, even with Jeff spinning opponent's choice, he still had an incredible round 2. Like if he had spun something that he was more comfortable with, he easily could have won the match. And it's hard to deal in what ifs, but yeah, I mean, that's how close this match was. That's how good these guys are. There's a reason that they still have the tag team belts. Like they are good at this, and people who doubt them, like, you guys need to like start thinking a little harder, because they're not stupid. Like they're really smart at movie trivia. You cannot like them because they're heels, but you have to at least respect that they know their shit, because they do. It frustrates me. Can you guys be bad so I can feel better about not rooting for you, please? Like I feel so ashamed whenever I have to root against you. So I'm glad JTE did win, though, because he really turned me around. Like in the middle of the match, I was like, I forgot I was rooting for Jeff, because JTE was just playing like the game of his life. So good on JTE. Like, man, it was a good match. Like that is like a Schmoedown match that I would watch any day of the week.
Absolutely. It very much was. It was something special to watch. Matt, you had something else you wanted to talk about, though, with this match.
Well, you guys aren't talking about bottom line, the true winner of this match, and that's Tom Dagnino. Okay, when there's that empty seat, Rocco was apparently supposed to be there, but then he remembered it was the Patriots, and he didn't want to call the match. Then they bring on Tom Dagnino, and at first, I thought he was going to call the match, and I was like, see, I would love that, but I know all the commenters would be like, so of course Ellis called it, but Tom Dagnino, here's the thing. As a competitor in the Schmoedown, he's not the greatest, but as a personality, he's one of the best. When he's on a mic, he is the best talker, and we saw that he had so many great lines throughout this entire match. But to get to the match itself, listen, I said it last week when we were doing our predictions. I thought JT was going to win because he had a lot to prove. He had to prove that the biggest thing to me that he had to prove was ever since the Patriots started, it's been Snyder carries JT. Snyder carries JT. I'm sure there are people who are still going to be naysayers and still going to say that, but JT kind of proved he beat Jeff. He had the leads going into round 2 and 3. Yes, Jeff got opponent's choice round 2, but he still played. Both of them played such a good game, and it's one of these things where I'm kind of annoyed they had to play each other so early. Because if you put them on separate sides of the bracket, they easily could have won to the finals. Because, like Kristen said, Snyder is a very consistent player. JT this season has reignited the fire in him from 2015. I'm looking forward to see who JT plays next. I know we'll get into that towards the end of the show, but right now, just a really fun, really fantastic match. And like Kristen said, this is one of those that is probably going to go into a rotation of matches that I just put on when I want to have fun with the Schmoedown.
Exactly. I did want to pick up on something that you did say, though, in that JTE really had something to prove this match. And I think this year, more than any year, and more than any other player, JTE is the one who has benefited the most out of them changing from 6 questions to 8 questions in round 1 for everyone. I think that is something that really benefited JTE, because he was able to, okay, here are the 8 questions. And if you look at his stats, his round 1 last year compared to this year has improved immensely, and that has been the changing factor in his game this year. I think that has been something that a lot of people are overlooking. Whereas on the opposite end of that coin, Josh McCougar is a player who has really been hurt by that change, because all of a sudden there's 2 more questions that you have to ask, and it's not luck of the draw, and it's not your category. Like, it's that change has affected more of these games than I think people are actually noticing. Now, onto the match itself. Both played an incredible game. I thought, look, JTE just I've been pulling for JTE. I think JTE was going to win this. And there's just something about him this year that he is just determined, and he wants that belt, and he wants to prove that last year was a one-off. That, you know, he had a bad year last year. Last year it was a bad year, but he is not a bad player. And this year, he has proven it. He is, to me, he is guaranteed himself comeback player of the year. Player of the year is between, and I said this on the reaction. Player of the year to me is between Cushing, Harloff, and JTE. They are the players of the year. I think if we're looking at just singles, I would say that it is down to Harloff and Cushing. But if we're going to encompass everything of the year, I think JTE needs to be really considered, because look, you look at his Patriots record, you look at his singles record this year. I think that those are the three that it is going to come down to at the end of the year. Chris Clark, what were your thoughts on this match?
Sorry, guys. I'm just making sure that everybody's in sync. All right. Again, this is going to be a bitch to edit. I don't care. Boom, 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 boom. Cut. All right. Look, this match was a civil war, and I feel like it actually lived up to the hype. I feel like, though, it's a shame that Jeff got opponent's choice, just because I feel like if he had gotten like a strength or something that he was comfortable with, this could have been even tighter. I feel like this could have been like one of those sudden death matches kind of things that could have happened. And they both complement each other immensely, and I don't feel like JT won, yes, but I don't think Jeff lost. I don't think the Patriots, anything happened with the Patriots, obviously. And it didn't really prove, I don't think, that one carries the other. It was just a very even match. It was a very standard, even match that I feel like had a lot of stakes, and the banter was great. The beginning part with the promos, I think those were some of the best. That was probably the best introduction to a match we've ever had, in my opinion, one of them. Yeah, as you guys said, this match is one that I will also be going to on occasion, because it was good. It was entertaining. And yeah, it was solid. The outcome was what I wanted. Thank God. Thank God, because now the curse is lifted. But yeah, JTE was fantastic. Jeff was fantastic, and they'll live on and cause us all misery in the future.
Yeah, look, one match does not lift the Chris Clark curse. All right,
shut up.
You got lucky in one match. All right, I mean, look, please, for the love of God, do not go for Rachel next week.
But let us move on to that match. Rachel Cushing versus Stacy Howard. What a fantastic and incredible performance by Rachel Cushing. And look, we don't do statistics on this show. Like that is Frank, and that is the Rundowns thing. They do statistics, but my God, we need to talk about these statistics, because holy crap, did she do such a fantastic job. She has. These are her current records. A 2-0 start, she is ranked first on 86%. A 3-0 start, she is ranked first on 89%. A 3-game winning streak, she is on 89%. Possible points earned rate, 82%. She's earned 51 of 62 possible points. She is ranked first. League accuracy rate, she is ranked third with 78%. Tournament performance versus Stacy Howard, she got 93%. That is the second ranking of all time, only behind Mark Ellis in his perfect round lost to JTE.
League performance versus Stacy Howard is 93%, and she is ranked 5th. Debut match versus Scapino, she is ranked 9th when she got 12 out of 15. Second match against Andraco, she is 93%, and she is ranked 3rd, where she got 13 out of 14. She took William Bibiani's consecutive answer streak of 22 questions in a row, a record, might I add, that was never, ever going to be broken. When that record was hit last year, it was never going to be broken. That was, nope, it can't happen. No one's touching that record, and she did it. This was such an incredible and amazing performance, and my God, and I just also do want to thank Frank for those stats. That's all from Frank, so thank you very much for that. But this was such an incredible performance from Rachel Cushing. Matt, I'm going to go to you first. What were your thoughts on this match?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You hear those records, and she pushed Mark Riley down a couple of them, but I'm not bitter. No, listen, Rachel performed amazingly. I'm so happy because I knew Rachel last year before she was in the Schmoedown when she was just doing the Schmoeville Submit stories on schmoezone.com. So I'm really happy for her. It's awesome that she's slowly becoming one of my favorites. I think she has great on the mic presence, and of course in match she's amazing. But the real person I need to talk about is Stacy Howard. Broke my heart. Kurt Russell. Stacy, you saw what happened when you didn't dress up as Kurt. I told you on the last summit, call me. I have so many costume ideas for you. Offer still stands. You can be Tombstone or Backdraft. A miracle. But yeah, overall, listen, Stacy, luck was not in her corner. It sucks. That's all we could say when we talk about these matches, and they're kind of blowouts. It sucks for Stacy because I think she is a good player. I think she really is. Rachel was she's on top form right now, and I think she's going to continue to be. It's a tournament. I said it on the last summit. I could see her going to the finals. This match just kind of proved my thought. So overall, really good match.
Very much so, and I do want to reiterate something. Yeah, this was tough for Stacy. This was a really, really tough match, and you can tell it just wasn't her day. And look, I've seen the comments on Facebook, and I have seen the people going, "See, it was a fluke against Ellis." It wasn't. If you rewatch the match against Ellis, it's not a fluke. She knows her stuff, and if you have seen her 6 Degrees matches, and if you have seen her other singles matches, it's not a fluke. Stacy knows her stuff. It was just she got really, really unlucky in this match. This was the fluke. This was the exception to the rule, not the other way around. And I think that is something that we as fans just need to appreciate and understand, that sometimes it happens. I mean, look, I'm a huge Rachel Cushing fan, as you can all see. Her Nerds Watch match against Rotten Tomatoes, her round 1 was her weakest point, and it cost her the game. And you can see that now it would have been a lot different. Like, a bad match does not define your career. And I don't think this is going to define Stacy Howard's career either. She will bounce back next year. She's going to come back stronger than ever, and she is going to be a real threat to this league. But my God, we need to talk about Rachel Cushing, because she was just so impressive. She is the first female into the Perfect Round Club. She's the first female into the 9-point club. This was absolutely an incredible performance, and I just was absolutely shocked at this. And I do also want to just say, she's not joining the Misfits, and I am so happy about that. I have not been so happy about that, just because to me, she doesn't fit in the Misfits. To me, she is Ken's partner. I want her to be with Ken. I'm okay with her being with. I was okay with her being with Clark. I was okay with her deciding to go with someone else. But if she's going to be Ken's partner, great, and I want that. And next year, the Nerds Watch, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with as well, and it's going to be very impressive. Kristen, what are your thoughts on this match?
I want to be super happy about this match, but then I'm also like, because I do really like both competitors. I mean, I think I'll go with Rachel pretty much anytime she's up, unless she's against a few people. But Stacy is kind of a go-to for me. I mean, I think she knows a lot more than people give her credit for, and I don't think that this match will help that perception that she only knows a few categories. And I mean, I've talked to her before. I know that she knows things that people don't expect her to. And I think we can all remember back to that match that she played where she got action adventure as a category and she answered like every question. I think like it was really impressive, and I don't think anyone expected it. And I just wish that the match had been a little bit closer, just because I think there's a bit of a perception that she isn't as strong as she actually is. And I think it's the same way with like Brienne. There's just some weird perception going on that they are not top competitors, and they are. I mean, they just are incredibly good at trivia, and everyone's got a bad game. Like you saw with Ellis versus Stacy. Everyone has bad games, and I think it's really important to remember that and to not immediately jump on the bandwagon of, oh, well, they don't know what they're talking about because they lost one match. It's just not a lucky match for her. She didn't have a good wheel spin. She didn't have good categories in round one that were suited for her. So I'm disappointed that she did not do better. At the same time, I'm thrilled for Rachel. Rachel is amazing, and I'm always kind of team Rachel no matter who she plays. And I mean, I'm like Matt. Like I had the opportunity to talk with her before she got involved in the Schmoedown, and so I kind of know her from before that. I know that she can beat pretty much anyone like at almost anything. Like the amount of knowledge she has is just incredibly vast, and she's got a lot of categories that I know she's working on, but she's got a lot of categories that she hasn't been able to use yet either. So it should be pretty exciting to see her move on to the next step. I'm glad she's breaking all these records. I hope she continues to break all the records. I suppose she can be all the records, all the belts if Roka won't. So, you know, maybe Rachel needs to take that mantle up for him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, next week is going to be really, really tough for me if John Roker. Oh, sorry, her next match is going to be really tough if John Roker wins on Friday. I'm halfly hoping that he
Goose Fraba.
Okay, I'm kind of hoping that he doesn't. Chris Clark, what were your thoughts?
Well, this match, a lot is going through my head right now with this match right there. Stacy, just as you guys said, had a bad game. She's human. That's fine. She had a bad game. We all know that she is really good at what she does. She was 2-0 before this match started. She was undefeated before this match started. Yes, she has a lot of skill. Yes, she had a bad game, but Rachel just killed it. She, as you said, she missed one question, I think, right? She missed one question. So yeah. Look, when I was looking at those stats by Frankie numbers, a lot of things popped out at me, and I realized Rachel is huge. She is a force beyond the force beyond the force. Let me tell you what I mean by that. She is a force. Okay, let me go.
Beyond the force. Clark, just tell us the truth. You're pissed that she broke Bid's
She's
record.
a force beyond the force beyond the force. Let me explain what that means. She's a force.
Beyond the force. No, wait. Beyond the force.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay.
Beyond the police force or just like Miss Force?
No, she's the force beyond the force.
Yes, but there is a huge but. She broke a record, and she broke a record that should not have been broken. And yes, a record that on actually November 11th, 2016, 2016, we're in 2017 right now. In November 11th, 2016, a record was broken, and she broke it almost a year later. Exactly. And it's a record that I'm sad that she broke, but she did break it, and I have to live with that. But I have to congratulate her for breaking that certain record. I feel like, though, she should be number one. I don't know if the whole was the Mark Ellis versus JT match, was that in the same? That wasn't the same rule set as it is today, right?
2014.
No.
It was in the
It was the 24. Yeah.
I get that. I just don't know if maybe that should count towards the records, just because it was so different than what it is today. Because if it wasn't, she'd be number one and she'd be top banana kingpin honey. But yeah, so Rachel is top banana kingpin honey, and she's awesome, and she's great. She's lovable. She's awesome to talk to, and I congratulate her in her victory. And now, if she does go up against John Roca, this is huge, because Jacob will be a meatloaf in an oven, crying, not knowing which side to choose and which burnt side to take, because he cannot decide who to root for. This is a Robert Meyer Burnett versus Bibiani kind of deal with Jacob on the ladder, and that will happen hopefully, because I too am rooting for Roca, and we'll get to that someday. Maybe today, I don't know. But Jacob, Roca's gonna get there. Roca's gonna get there, honey.
Clark, why does everyone?
No, don't. Why do you want to take all our happiness away?
Why?
I can't make anybody happy.
Why?
See, here's the thing. I've already decided. I've already decided who I would rather see. Oh no! Oh no, I haven't.
No decision, right?
Damn it!
Yes, that's the real Sophie's choice, isn't it?
This is going to torture me.
This is like the hardest choice I've ever had to make in my life.
This is a true Sophie's choice. This is like when I was at the video store and I had to choose between Sophie's Choice and Die Hard with a Vengeance. I went with Die Hard with a Vengeance, of course. Not that overrated Meryl Streep. You know, I want a little Bruce Willis in me. So, you know. It ended up not really being that hard of a choice. I don't even know why those two were sitting next to each other. I didn't think of it. No wonder why Blockbuster is out of business.
Matt, you're weird.
Their videos. Am I weird? Am I weird?
Yes.
Okay. Am I the one who asked Christian Harloff and I'm alive when I called into the show? Am I weird?
I hate you.
Really? Feelings mutual. I'm so happy Rachel broke Bibbs' record.
Oh, here's the thing. I have no idea who I'm going to pick,
but that is an interesting segue into this week's matches. So, John Roca versus Sam Levine, and Mike Kalinowski versus Breanne Chandler. Man, these are two big matches. These are huge matches. Chris, what one are you looking forward to, and who have you got for both of them?
The oracle is spoken. Okay. What we are going to do is this. These two matches are not what I expected or wanted. But, yeah, this is just how the cookie crumbled, and my bracket is completely toast. But you have Levine and you have Roca, okay? Look, Levine, it's really hard because because when I talk to Bibbs, Levine is the one that he wanted going into the final, and I can see that. But Roca has too much passion and too much going on for this to work, for him to be overtaken by Sam Levine of all people. So I do not see Sam Levine surviving the steamroll truck that is John Roca. The other one is, what is it? Rachel Cushing versus
Breanne Chandler
versus Mike Kalinowski. That's it.
Yeah.
See, I forget things. That's going to Mike. I love Breanne so much, but Mike just has so much passion. And and if there is this curse, I get to make both of my good friends Jacob and Matt miserable. So I win either way if they win or if they lose. So go Mike, go John, light the competition on fire, or lose just to make them join me in misery. So either way, it's going to be two fun matches, and it's going to be a great outcome either way.
The Schmoedown gave Chris Clark power. This is not smart.
Oh, okay. So the Chris Clark curse has been spoken, and
Oh man. Okay, here's the thing. I am going for Mike Kalinowski. This is tough. I want John Roker to win, knowing full well what the implication of that means. And part of me wants Sam Levine to win so that I don't have to choose. But at the other part of me is like, no, I want John Roker to win because it's John Roker, and that's a tough match. But I do also think John Roker will win that match, and I think he will win it. And he will go on to verse Rachel Cushing, and that's gonna be a tough one to watch. The other one, Mike Kalinowski versus Brianne Chandler, is the rematch that we've gotten for the 5,000th time. It's gonna be a great rematch. Brianne has shown that she is a different competitor than she was a few matches ago. I would not be surprised if she does win this one. I am starting to think there is a real chance that she does win this one. But my pick is going to be Mike Kalinowski, and I think Mike will walk away with this victory. Kristen, who have you got?
So the Brienne Mike match, that's easy. I want Brienne to win. Because I like Brienne, but also because I think that it suits the storyline better for her to win this one. Because I can envision the amount of smack talk that will be happening in this match, and I just think that it will be incredible if she can win it for the storyline. Also, I just want her to win. Can I not just want her to win? I think that's accurate. And I like Mike. I think he's a great competitor. I really enjoy when he plays in teams and singles and Inner Geekdom and everything. So, I mean, yeah, I just want Brienne to win. But for the next match, I'm kind of with Jacob on this one. Like, this is like the most impossible choice for round 3. Like, if John Roca wins against Sam, he will be facing Rachel Cushing, and I will have to make a really tough decision about who I want to win that match, because I do have John in the finals on my bracket. However, I don't believe I had him facing Rachel. Like, I cannot remember my bracket. That's how bad my memory is. But I'm having such a hard time picking between them, because they're probably two of the competitors that I've talked to the most. They're two of the competitors that I've interacted with the most. I understand, just how much they want this, and how much it means to them to be kind of in the competition. And it's just really, I don't think I'll be able to choose. So it'd be a lot easier if I chose Sam to win. And like Jacob talked about earlier, there can only be one Sam in the competition, apparently. So I'll pick Roca, because I can't not pick Roca to win. It'll make life real difficult for me in round 3, though. So that's gonna be like the craziest reaction ever, just so everyone knows. That's not gonna.
Yeah.
We'll be crying pretty much. Like, yeah, it'll be great.
It's just
pretty much
Kristen and Jacob doing
Take 3 presents people crying for an hour.
Oh, it's gonna be a tough reaction to watch. Matt, who have you got?
So with Roca versus Levine, I think John's gonna win. I like Sam a lot. He's definitely a good competitor, but I think recently in singles, Sam Levine, I don't care about what happens in a match. Like, mindset he has been leading to him, save for the match he had with Dan Morales Collision, but I think that was different because that was a title match and everything. Besides that, I think that nonchalant, I don't care attitude, I think that's affecting his game. Because I think he's missing stuff that he knows, whereas Roca, like I talked about JT, I feel like there's a fire. I feel like Roca almost won this tournament last year. He wants to win this tournament. He wants the opportunity to face Harloff and to get his belt back. That would make him so happy. And I think because of that, he's going to win. Now, when it comes to Mike and Brienne, I love these two Mike versus Brienne, one, I guess we have to call it now, is one of my favorite matches from this season. I think they're both really great personalities on the mic. Their storylines, it's all great. I think Mike is going to win. I do think it's going to be a close game. I think Brienne has shown she is a much stronger competitor, but like I've talked about before, Mike has played the game a little bit more just by himself. He, again, playing teams, singles, intergeekdom, he gets used to questions that are asked in certain categories. You know, that's why I think Mike is going to win this one. Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, we are looking at a very, very interesting second week of round 2. Guys, that is our show for this week. Thank you so much for joining. I just want to thank my panel for joining me today. Kristen Smith, where can the good people find you online?
You can find me Smith_K10, the number, not the word, on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, also on Take 3, doing stuff. Pretty much.
Matt, where can the people find you online?
You guys can find me at Kearns_Matthew, Matt Movie 611 on YouTube, and hosting the movie fandom show here on Take 3.
Chris Clark, where can they find you online?
You can find me on YouTube at No Man's Land Entertainment or on Twitter at ChrisClark8788. Those numbers mean nothing. I did that totally out of order, y'all. Damn it. But keep rocking, bada bing, bada boom.
And you guys can find me at Jacob Blunden on Facebook, Twitter, Letterboxd, where I do my movie reviews. Guys, this is our last summit for 2 weeks. We will not be having a summit next week due to the fact that we are doing our Star Wars charity event, all 9 films over 3 days. Please make sure you join us. We are starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. It's going to be a great weekend of nothing but Star Wars. So please join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope to see you there. And we'll be back for our preview the week before the final, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. It will absolutely be fantastic. We're going to try and get all our reactions out as normal, so you'll still see our reactions, but unfortunately the summit is one thing that is just going to have to be put on hold for 2 weeks. Guys, make sure you also check out the Schmoedown Rundown. If you really want to get into the stats and if you really want to know everything and a real deep dive into the Schmoedown, make sure you head over to SK Plus and listen to the Schmoedown Rundown. Aaron, Brian, and Frank are 3 amazing commentators, and they always have amazing guests. All right, guys, until next time, I'm Jacob Blunden, and for Chris Clark, Matthew Kearns, and Kristen Smith, thank you for watching. Take care.
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
Feel it. It will guide you.
Things you will see. The future, the past, old friends long gone.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Through the ages, I've seen evil take many forms. The Sith, the Empire, First Order.
The dark side of the Force.
Their shadows spreading across the galaxy. You must face them. Fight them.
I'm not afraid.
You will be. It is the only way. It is your destiny.
Sure.